This is David Morby
and Juha Hintikka
with this week's edition of FinDX. FinDX is produced by the Friendly DX Club and brought to you every Tuesday on Radio Finland. In our program today, we'll first take you to Brazil, then give you some information on the selection of a DX receiver, and finally bring you the latest DX news, hottest hints, and remind you of this week's anniversaries in the world of broadcasting.
Desde San Juan, Puerto Rico, transmite WAPA. Esta es Guapa, con muchos amigos en Guaynabo.
¡Oh, Guapa! Con poder musical, por Guapa.
Desde los viveros de Maricao a la bahía de Guanicá, todos escuchan a Guapa Radio en San Juan.
Ici parle la radio Tabajara de la Paraíbe au Brésil. Médium bande 1700 kHz, bande tropicale 4795. Studio à la rue Rodrigues de Aquino, dans la cité João Pessoa, Brésil. This is Radio Tabajara from Paraíba. Middle wave 1100 kHz. Tropical wave 4795 kHz. Studios in Rodrigues de Aquino Street, João Pessoa, Brazil.
This is Entertainment Central. Broadcast House 529, Bienville Street, the French Quarter, New Orleans.
WROE New Orleans time is now 7 a.m.
This is the Voice of America station at Rhodes, bringing to a close this portion of today's broadcast. You're invited to listen throughout the week to the English language transmissions of the Voice of America for late world news, analysis of major developments, music, and a variety of feature programs. For specific information concerning the time and frequencies of these Voice of America English language programs, write to Program Schedules, Voice of America, Washington, D.C., USA, or write to the United States Information Service Office nearest you. Now, this is the Voice of America station at Rhodes, concluding this portion of today's broadcast.
Transmite Radio Dharma desde el corazón de la Sierra del Perú, la perla de los Andes.
Radio Kordak, Bujumbura, Burundi.
Ici Radio Kordak, émetteur depuis Bujumbura, République du Burundi.
How big is Como Country? If you can hear us, you're in it. Join us 24 hours a day on KOMO, Seattle Radio 1000, the voice of Como Country. Now, news from KOMO in Seattle, the voice of Como Country.
This is ABC Radio, 2BL Sydney, 2CN Canberra,
and 2NC Newcastle. We're now closing down, but we hope that you'll join us again in the morning. Until then, good night.
Of the United States Air Forces in Europe, AFRS Zaragoza. For the best in listening, dial 89.7 FM. Time at the tone, 8 o'clock.
News on the hour from American Forces Radio. Taken from the wires of the Associated Press, United Press International, and AFRTS in Washington. Your reporter is Air Force Sergeant Jim Harpley.
Clarín Internacional. Una relación de las cartas que nos llegan desde los 5 continentes, reportando nuestras emisiones, comentarios y naturalmente música, en una producción de Teo Veras. Este programa va al aire de lunes a viernes desde las 2:30 horas del meridiano de Greenwich, equivalente a las 10:30 de la noche en la República Dominicana, por todas las frecuencias de Radio Clarín. Clarín Internacional.
Radio Clarín, la emisora con alma nacional.
Cubrimos a República Dominicana con nuestras frecuencias nacionales y a todo el mundo con el transmisor más potente en onda corta. Desde Santo Domingo en República Dominicana, Radio Clarín.
My kind of sound in the Isle of Man makes radio in Douglas.
And so we come to the end of another day's broadcasting on Manx Radio. We hope you've enjoyed today's programs, which were broadcast on 232 and 188 meters medium wave, 89 and 91.2 megacycles VHF from studios on Douglas Head, Isle of Man. We look forward to your company again tomorrow. So from the management and staff of Manx Radio, good night and God bless.
En el aire, Radio Super, desde la hermosa ciudad de Bogotá. Emisora fundamental de la cadena Super, orgullosamente colombiana.
This is Manila calling, broadcasting from 11.92 and 15.44 in the 25 and 19 meter bands. This is the English service of the Far East Broadcasting Company, Manila, Philippines.
At 12:30, here at WKBW 1520 in Buffalo.
WKBW, Total News Breakout.
And that's the end of the news which came to you from Radio Jordan, broadcasting from Amman. Our next news can be heard this evening at 7 Jordan Summertime, 16 hours GMT.
إذاعة المملكة الأردنية الهاشمية في عمان، والساعة الآن 3:00.
CP 61 y 62. 4.760 kilociclos, 60 metros, onda corta. 1.450 kilociclos, onda larga. 158 megaciclos, frecuencia modulada. Radioemisoras, Bolivia, desde Oruro, capital del folclore boliviano.
Op zeer korte tijd is Radio Mi Amigo gegroeid tot het meest populaire radiostation in de Benelux. It's number 1! Mi Amigo.
Ik luister altijd naar Radio Mi Amigo. Mi amigo, hey. Mi amigo, hey.
Music for millions.
Son las 3:25. Música para el silencio sigue acompañándolos desde Radio Sabadell.
ที่นี่สถานีวิทยุกระจายเสียงแห่งพระราชอาณาจักรลาวกระจายเสียงจากนครเวียงจันทร์ในระบบ AM 2คลื่นด้วยกันคือคลื่นสั้นด้วยขนาด 6,130 กิโลเฮิรตซ์หรือ49เมตรคลื่นกลางด้วยขนาด640 กิโลเฮิรตซ์หรือ468เมตรพร้อมกันกระจายเสียงทุกๆวันวันละ3ภาคภาคที่1ตอนเช้าแต่เวลา 6 โมงถึง 9 โมง 30 นาทีสำหรับวันเสาร์และวันอาทิตย์ขยายเวลาออกไปอีกถึง 10 โมงภาคที่2ตอนเที่ยงจากเวลา 12 โมงถึง 14 โมงภาคที่3ตอนแรงแต่เวลา 17 โมงถึง 21 โมง 30 นาทีสำหรับวันเสาร์ขยายเวลาออกไปอีกถึง 22 โมง
This is the Voice of Friendship, international broadcast station KGEI, in San Francisco, California, the United States of America, beginning its broadcast schedule to the Far East. KGEI is owned and operated by the Far East Broadcasting Company and is dedicated to promoting goodwill, peace, and spiritual understanding among the peoples of the world. All correspondence should be addressed to KGEI, the Voice of Friendship, Box 15, San Francisco, California, the United States of America, 94101. Stay tuned now for programming in the English, Russian, Mandarin, and Japanese languages.
The best of everything.
On Radio Luxembourg.
205, 206, 207.
quality counts on...
The station of the stars, Radio Luxembourg.
Everything's great!
Radio Luxembourg.
Desde Tegucigalpa, Juna de Francisco Morazán y de Cabañas, transmite HRBC, la voz evangélica de Honduras.
The Evangelical Voice of Honduras, radio station HRVC, Tegucigalpa, broadcast daily on these frequencies with programming in both Spanish and English. Our mail address is simply Post Office Box 270, Tegucigalpa, Honduras.
現在嘅時間係下午1點鐘，呢一度係香港電台，現在由龐慕賢報告午間新聞。
This is Radio Hong Kong. Here is the news.
CRE, eslabón principal de Radio Cadena Nacional Ecuatoriana. Opera en sus frecuencias HC a J2, 1050 kHz, onda larga. HC a K2, 4765 kHz, banda internacional de los 62 metros. Y 91.5 MHz, frecuencia modulada, desde Guayaquil, Ecuador, Sudamérica.
Österreich auf Kurzwelle. Aus Wien hören Sie das Österreich-Journal.
This is the voice of Vietnam. This is the voice of Vietnam, broadcasting from Hanoi, capital of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. Our programs in English can be heard daily at 01, 02, 10, 13, 15:30, 18, and 22:30 hours Greenwich Mean Time on 15.012, 10.040, and 7.038 megacycles in the 19, 31, and 41 meter bands, and at 12, 14, and 16:30 hours Greenwich Mean Time on 1.240 megacycles in the 250 meter band.
Presentándole, señoras y señores, las populares del Disco Show de Venezuela por Radio Tropical y su gran circuito nacional, RT.
That's the news and the weather. This is Greg Poole reporting. News next at 9 o'clock on CKEY in Toronto. First with the news in Ontario. Now for marine weather, presented by CKEY. Listen for the marine weather forecast 4 times daily on CKEY, 8:30 a.m., 12:30 noon, 5:30, and 11:30 at night.
This is Solomon's Radio. We are on air on VQO on a frequency of 1030 kHz in the medium wave band and VQO4 on 3995 kHz in the 75 meter band. Solomon's Radio hay lo air yet lo VQO long frequency long 1030 kHz long medium wave band and VQO4 on 3995 kHz long a 75 meter band.
This is your family radio, international broadcast station, WYFR, Situate, Massachusetts, with production studios in Oakland, California, the United States of America. At this time, family radio begins transmissions to Europe on 21,590 and 17,845 kilohertz, and to Africa on 21,530 kilohertz. We invite you to stay tuned to WYFR, your family radio, for programs designed for your educational, cultural, and inspirational enjoyment.
Desde Guayaquil, para el Ecuador y América, sistema de emisoras Atalaya, 675 kilociclos.
Isn't it good to know? Capital Radio, where you belong.
Cada región de España tiene una canción, un himno, algo que les representa musicalmente. Desde Radio Pontevedra, emisora EAJ40 de la cadena SER, para todos los amigos de Finlandia, nuestro más cordial saludo.
This is Radio Prague, Czechoslovakia.
Morning nonse. Unondi Malawi Broadcasting Corporation. Good morning. This is the Malawi Broadcasting Corporation. The time is 3 minutes to 5. This is the MBC. Unondi MBC.
Transmite Rádio Renascença, emissora católica portuguesa. Ondas médias de Lisboa, ondas curtas e a rede de modulação de frequência.
Beba Sagres Imperial, o fino.
São 15 horas. Transmite a Rádio Renascença, emissora católica portuguesa.
Guatemala, tierra enmarcada por gigantes con entrañas de lava, unos ancianos apagados por el peso de los años, otros jóvenes vigorosos estallando en rebeldía. Guatemala saluda al mundo a través de TGN y TGNA, Radio Cultural.
Caroline 259, all the time in your mind. Keep in mind 259, Caroline, music's fine.
From a point at sea to the circles in your mind, this is the new Radio Caroline.
Nyama Tama 59.5 မီတာနဲ့လိုင်းလာ314.4 မီတာတို့မှအတန်းဖွင့်နေပါတယ်
This is the Burma Broadcasting Service Rangoon. We are radiating on 5040 kilohertz, 59.52 meters, and also on 955 kilohertz, 314.14 meters.
Featuring all music all the time. This is Bay Radio. WWBA Clear Channel 680, St. Petersburg, and 107.3 FM.
And now Music in the Air continues on Wonderful Bay Radio, WWBA in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area.
CP16, onda larga. CP84, onda corta. Banda de 60 metros. Radio Los Andes. Tarija, Bolivia.
This is the Far East Broadcasting Association, Seychelles.
CQDX, CQDX. This is FIBA Seychelles calling CQDX with DX Postbag. And that's just about it. Oh, by the way, our address is FEBA, Box 234, Seychelles, Indian Ocean. And now that you know what to look for, why not make it a habit to listen to FEBA Seychelles, teaching the things concerning the Lord Jesus Christ.
This is Radio Tonga, the call of the Friendly Islands, from station A3Z Nuku'alofa of the Tonga Broadcasting Commission. Kweleti o Tonga aini, gui a otwhenenite, o whai atu mehe A3Z I Nuku'alofa, ai komsoni whakamafola lea Tonga.
Tropicana. Soy ecuatoriana.
HCFA2, 540 kHz, onda larga. Radio Tropicana, Guayaquil, Ecuador.
Quality talks. Let your ads bring immediate results. Advertise on GBS. The sound of the 70s.
You're listening to Action Radio, always where the action is.
On GBS, that's what they say. When the action breaks, don't be left out. You hear it on GBS too.
Il est 7 heures, madame, mademoiselle, monsieur, bonjour. Vous écoutez la MBC, l'Office de radiodiffusion télévision de l'île Maurice, émettant sur 439 mètres et dans la bande des 31 mètres. Nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue à cette première émission que vous permettra d'entendre dans quelques instants. Bon pied, bon œil. Il est 7h30, voici maintenant notre bulletin d'information.
Fiji1 broadcasts through our medium wave transmitters on 560 kHz in Suva, 680 kHz in Lambasa, 640 kHz in Lautoka, 1210 kHz in Singatoka, and 1320 kHz in Rakiraki. Also through our FM transmitter on 90.6 MHz in Suva. This is Radio Botswana broadcasting from Gaborone. Lo reditse seroma moasa Botswana mono Gaborone. Re gatsa mo matshwaong a 60 le 90 meters mo shortwave ga go le maphakela le mo maitseboeng. 49 le 60 meters ga go le motshagare. 971 kHz mo medium mo ifile 91 MHz mo leswan la FM go ba re itsewa mo Gaborone le mo tikologong ya Gaborone ka dinako tsote tsa kgaso ya rona.
It's the Pops from Radio Sweden, Stockholm.
Excuse me, would you mind repeating that?
It's time for the Pops.
The what?
The Pop!
Well, I am here.
When you're under occasional stress, when you've got to relax, take
the Pops from Radio Sweden.
Largest selling sedative for temporary relief of simple nervous tension without a prescription.
Pukul 6 pagi, inilah Radio Singapura menyiarkan rancangan-rancangan Melayu.
新加坡广播电台第3广播网，今天是4月10号星期四早晨6点。
ரேடியோ சிங்கப்பூர் வணக்கம். காலை மணி 6. இன்று 1975 ஆண்டு ஏப்ரல் மாதம் 11ஆம் தேதி வெள்ளிக்கிழமை.
It's 6 o'clock. This is Radio Singapore. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, and the date is the 9th of April. For your listening pleasure, we bring you programs in English from now until we close down at midnight.
Las 10 de la mañana, hora de las Islas Canarias, por el reloj del Cabildo Insular de Tenerife.
Es aquí Radio Club Tenerife, emisora decana de las Islas Canarias en Santa Cruz de Tenerife. Transmitimos simultáneamente en onda media de 212 metros con 46 centímetros, equivalentes a una frecuencia de 1412 kilociclos, y en frecuencia modulada de 93,198 megaciclos, que corresponden al canal 21.
In Honolulu, Radio 1420 KCCN.
Good morning, Hawaii. At 11 o'clock, it's 85 degrees. In Honolulu, I'm Steve Hunter, and this news is brought to you by Long's Drug Stores, where all Hawaii saves.
KCCN in Honolulu, Hawaii completes another day of broadcasting in the public interest. KCCN, operating on 1,420 kilocycles with 5,000 watts of power, is authorized by the Federal Communications Commission. KCCN, owned and operated by Grayson Enterprises Incorporated, has studios at 2270 Kalakaua Avenue in Honolulu, with transmitter located at Kalani Street Extension and the Kapalama Canal. We'll return to the air at 4:30 a.m., and now for the staff and management of KCCN Radio, we wish you good night and aloha.
Aquí y en todas partes, la onda de la alegría. Radio América en Valencia, la ciudad industrial de Venezuela, patria del Libertador, país democrático de América. Lleve LW 890 en su dial. Reloj Radio América a las 9:42 minutos 25 segundos.
The mighty Zed, touching you, Zed be the eye. 780.
You're getting it together with super soul music from 10,000 watts of soul power.
Zed be the eye.
Inilah Radio Malaysia. This is Radio Malaysia.
Εθνικών Ίδρυμα Ραδιοφωνίας Τηλεοράσεως. Εθνικών πρόγραμμα. Hellenic National Radio Television.
Radio Veronica met het nieuws.
This is Radio New Zealand, the overseas service of the New Zealand Broadcasting Corporation.
On 48 meters in the shortwave radio band. The sound of free radio. This is Radio Scandinavia.
That's the In Crowd, Floyd Kramer playing it for you on WDAE. It's now 7:34, and the Bay Area temperature is still holding at 53 degrees. Bob Gordon here. And hi to you. Welcome back in. We have more music for you coming up directly on the Sunday Night Sound of Music. And we have a beautiful wet, well, not wet, but very damp Sunday night going. It was misting a little earlier. If you're driving, drive carefully, won't you? Here's something to drive in.